Peace and blessings. Welcome back to another episode of Most Blessed Forever. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the like button, comment. I want to know what allows you to keep your faith and how do you use your faith on an everyday basis. To my Royal Infinity tribe, bless up. Praises be to the Most High. So look, today I would like to discuss with you, are you the type to become the hero or the type to become the villain? It's one of the two, okay? You can be on the fence, but when you're living a life of purpose and certainty, there's not too many things that you're on the fence about, especially when it comes to you and your life. If you're not, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're not determined to live your life in a certain direction, then what's the point? Understand that nobody's going to care about you and how you live more than yourself. So be certain on which direction, what purpose that you're serving, your intention. That's why it's wise to always pray when you wake up. Affirmations. I am king, I am most blessed forever. I am strong, I am love, I am abundant. You know, when you use those, you're setting the intention for the day. So every action and most of your thoughts, for the most part, they'll be in consistency with what it is you're telling yourself. So if you surround yourself with all types of social media, TikTok, people who aren't living how you want to live and doing the things you want to do, you know, or even being content for that matter, you know, forget having a desire or goals or dreams or aspirations, just being content, being grateful, being confident, you know, those type of things, then you should make better choices if you want more from yourself and from life, because you're only going to get what you're asking for, and what you're asking for is only those things which you believe and you pay attention to, give your energy, which is your time and your effort. So keep those in mind. But back to what I'm talking about, being a hero or a villain. Let's look at one of my favorite heroes, Batman. And his arch nemesis or rival would be Joker. Both of them have a fucked up past. Okay, both of them experienced trauma, setbacks, disappointment. Yet the outcomes for both are complete opposite. So Batman, and I'm going to start with Batman because I'm biased. Riddle me this, Batman. He loses his parents. Of course, he was born into wealth, okay? Thomas Wayne, his father, had accumulated wealth over a lucrative career, you know, through consistency and identifying with his purpose, and losing his mother, of course. So, two-parent household, very wealthy and prominent, okay? But he loses his parents. He takes the hurt, the pain, and maybe even the guilt of them losing their lives and forges an identity in justice and strength, and combating that with everything that he has at his disposal, because he's one of those heroes in the comic universe where he doesn't have any superpowers besides being a billionaire, which in today in reality is a superpower because it allows you that freedom, right? You're not working a 9-to-5, so you're not restricted to conventionally waking up at a certain time, clocking in, and then doing whatever it is that corporation or company's paying you for to do. So his time and his energy are still at his disposal. But his intellect and his drive is what causes him to overcome the opposition and do what's right in his eyes for Gotham City. The Joker, on the other hand, faced difficulty, loss, and not to really compare, but the Joker really hadn't had much to begin with. Okay, broken home, no support, no prominence, no wealth. He had nothing. He started with almost nothing. I mean, everybody starts with something, but let's say the hand you're dealt, you're big blind, you got 2-3 offsuit. You're really, the potential for that hand isn't much. You can go for a low full house, 3s with the 2s or 2s with the 3, or 4 of a kind, okay? And the odds are just what it is. But those are the best possible hands that you can have. With them being offsuit, you can't even go for the straight flush. So that's your highest potential. So dealing with the losses, dealing with the lack of support, he also lost his hope in humanity. And this is why the two contrast. Bruce Wayne still has the hope and the faith in humanity for that principle or that pillar he's standing on of justice, because justice it stands on truth and what's right. Joker also seeing truth, okay, because both their lives are true. His truth was dealing on the other side of no expectation, no community, no charity. So he lost any hope. The little faith that he had was none. So he wasn't able to build upon it. And since he wasn't able to build upon it, he was more disposed to destruction. So this is where you come into play, my chosen ones. Which way are you going to decide to go? Because if you have faith, you can build upon it. And if you have no faith, you can gain it. But it's still your choice. Because what happens, happens. Shit's going to happen either way. It's going to happen either way. But which way are you going to decide to go? At whatever point. You may be 20 years old hearing this. You may be 50 years old hearing this. But you still have a choice at whatever point you're at. You can decide to build and protect, or you can decide to destroy and dispose. The choice is yours. Which one are you? The hero or the villain? Bless up. Remember, stay strong, blessed, and abundant. And remember, I am king, and I am most blessed forever.